Hi, Eastern Oregon. Welcome to this September 26th version of AM Live on EOA, your connection to Eastern Oregon on the EOA network. Glad you're here with us this
You
morning.
killed that one. You got it. You got it.
How you doing?
The second Monday.
Second Monday.
It's Monday for me.
Yeah, and it's a little rainy today.
I can handle it.
Yeah.
I would like a little bit more summer though, but I don't know if we're gonna get much more.
Yeah, you just never know. I mean, how it goes, it might eke out a little bit more stuff, but it's just.
There's a lot of people that only like fall. Like fall's their time. Fall's not my time. No, if anything, spring is my time, or summer. Spring, summer. Like, I want it to be nice out. I want to be able to walk to work. I want to be able to go outside. I want to be able to golf. I want to be able to go to a baseball game. You know what I mean? I don't want to go stand in 50-degree rain to take pictures at a football game.
Yeah.
I do it.
Yeah, I love fall, but I don't, I wouldn't want fall all year round.
No.
So,
well, fall's not as bad as winter, I guess. I hate the snow. You know that.
Yeah.
I am passionate snow hater. I mean, I know it serves a purpose, and obviously I live here, so it's not like a deal breaker for me.
Yeah.
But it's just it's a hassle. There's nothing. I mean, unless you do stuff in the snow.
Yeah.
The only thing that's good about it is it provides a snowpack and refills, reservoirs. Really.
Have you ever done snow activities?
I have. When I was in middle school and high school, I've skied. I've skied Anthony Lakes. I've skied Mount Hood. I was decent at skiing, but it's just one of those things where the benefits aren't good enough for me. You know what I mean? Like, it's beautiful, but I'm also afraid of heights.
Yeah.
So there's an issue with the lift.
Getting on the lift.
And I've done it. But I did not like it. Not at all. When I got married at Wallowa Lake, the whole wedding party went up the gondola.
Oh, really?
To the restaurant.
Yeah.
You know where I was? Right on the bottom by myself.
Really?
Everybody, I was the groom, and everybody else went to the top.
Is it Anthony Lakes?
No, at Wallowa Lake.
Oh, yes.
Thing
Okay,
that
yes.
takes you up the mountain.
The
gondola.
Okay.
I did not get on that thing. No, it rocks like no way I'm getting on that. No way. No.
So how long were the wedding party?
They went up there and hung out for a while, an hour or two. I was just hanging out down by myself.
Yeah, that is a unique experience.
Yeah, never done it.
I'm not afraid of heights, but that is a really small. I mean, it's.
It took them two loads. I don't know how many people you can put in there, but it took 2 loads.
I mean, I think you can put 4. You can put 4 people or a family of 5. I mean, you can put little kids, but I mean, it's 2 seats that face each other, and it's
it swings. You can see it.
Right.
It goes like this in the air. No, I'm not doing it.
But I'm trying to think. I mean, it's probably the size. I mean, it's smaller than a Volkswagen. I mean, if you took both seats and turned them around, I mean, it's like your knees are almost touching each other when you're facing each other.
No
but
way.
It's a super fun thing, though.
No way.
But yeah, because the thing, when you stand at the bottom, it goes up a ways and then it angles, so you can't really see when you're standing at the bottom. You can't see clear to the top.
No. Yeah. I know that.
And so then it looks like you going up a ways, and then you get up kind of up over the little ridge, and it's like there's a lot further to go up.
My body physically reacts to heights. One time I had the kids. We were on the coast. My kids love the Oregon coast.
Yeah.
We lived 45 minutes away. They still live 45 minutes away.
Yeah.
And we spent a lot of time there. Well, the very first time we went to Cape Perpetua. You know where Cape Perpetua is? So it's a cape, right? I think it's like it's either in between Lincoln City or Newport or just south of Newport.
Okay.
I can't remember. But basically, it's a cape. It's like a little thing.
Yeah.
It's a peak that you can look out over the ocean. Well, I got within about 5 feet of the edge of that, and I literally started getting vertigo. So I just had to step back and take pics of the kids, out near the edge. I couldn't do it.
When did you first figure out that you didn't like heights.
Probably when I started skiing, the first time I got up on something real. No, actually, I take that back. The first time I flew.
That's
First time I flew, I knew. Like I was freaked out the whole time. And that was like, I don't know, I was probably like 7. First time I flew, 8.
yeah.
Because I used to come here to Oregon in the summers and spend the summer. My aunt and uncle, they don't have any kids. So and at the time my mom was still in addiction, so she would just get rid of a kid during the summer and send usually me up here to hang out with Ron and Nancy for the summer. And so I'd fly most of the time. And that was probably the first time I realized that.
Like, nope.
Yeah, no bueno. No, I get anxiety really bad. Like,
do you have dreams about heights ever?
I don't dream.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I've never remembered a dream.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe as a kid, but not as a.
I'm not afraid of heights, but there are times I'll have dreams when I'm like way up on top of something, and I realize that I'm hanging on by my own will and I'm not going to be able to hang on very long.
That's freaky.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like,
I've heard like, I've had like the thing where you like pop awake when you're not all the way asleep.
Yeah.
But it's never been like because of something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not that I can remember.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people say that they, like the feeling of falling.
Yeah.
When they're like almost to REM.
Yeah.
But not quite.
Right.
I've never had that. Like I've popped awake, but I've never felt like I was like falling and it hit the ground, waking me up or anything like that. Thankfully.
Huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you want to do sports?
Sure, let's do it.
All right.
First, this is brought to you by Northwest Furniture and Mattress right here in town. It's a big red rocking chair on Elm off Adams and LeGrand. They have a beautiful showroom. The Daggett family are super involved in everything in this community, so go support them. That's how it works. It's the circle. They help bring you guys sports content by sponsoring my shows, and then you guys go shop at their store. That's how it works. Northwest Furniture and Mattress right here in LeGrand. Let's talk about this last weekend first. LHS football went to Malala, a team that we beat 40-0 last year, and we lost 20-7 on Friday night. Tough loss. The good thing is that doesn't matter really. I mean, it's non-conference. I think this year is going to be a learning year for us and a year of just kind of trying to put some pieces together. We still have a chance to make the playoffs, though. Don't count this team out. EOU men's and women's soccer both beat Rocky on Saturday, which is very cool. The men won 4-1 and the women won 2-0. And I was at the men's game and I got a couple pictures for you guys to show you. It's great. The men's soccer team has historically struggled, and they're playing really good right now. This picture right here was a goal by Milton Hernandez early in the game. It was on a header. Headers are cool in soccer. I mean, how can you not love that? And then this picture right here, I just liked it because he was going up for a header, and it's just cool looking. And then EOU. Oh, the men also beat Walla Walla 5-0 on Sunday, so they've got 2 wins this weekend. EOU volleyball swept Walla Walla and LCSC this weekend. They're back to rolling. The cool thing is the Poles, they did lose once last week, right? They lost to Northwest on the road. So I think they're like 15-1. And the Poles come out tomorrow, and I think they should still stay at number 1, even with the loss. I mean, I got a couple cool pictures of this. This is Haley Aratola. She's the libero, and I posted a picture on my Instagram of her elbow on her jersey is completely wore out from diving for balls.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then this is the freshman. She was defender of the week in the NAI a couple weeks ago, and this is just her on a block. I thought it was a cool picture, so I popped it up there. And then this is from the Friday game. She's the CCC setter of the week, Lex McMurtry right there. And then I just really like this one, so I made it black and white. I always make the pictures that I like the best black and white, so I remember, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a ear tag.
Yeah.
What it would be called. EOU football unfortunately lost another game at home on
Saturday.
Yeah, it was Saturday. I was looking for the pictures. I must not have loaded the pictures, but I got a bunch of really cool pictures of football too. They lost 13-7. Jason Grant was named the Frontier Conference Defensive Player of the Week though for the men. He had 10 tackles, 1.5 sacks, and I think 3 tackles for loss. So he had a really good game. They gave up all the points in the first half. So the second half we outscored them 7-0. We just gave up 13 in the first half. So I think we're on a good trend. The problem is this year is different than last year. We're giving up too many points. We're scoring, which we didn't do last year.
Right.
And a lot of that has to do with the new offensive coordinator, new quarterback. So once these two pieces kind of fall together, we're going to win some games, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we're going to get beat every single game. I was going to do the camp interview today live. We decided to push that to probably next week, but I am going to interview camp today, and I'll have that out probably later this afternoon. Super excited to talk to him. LeGrand football travels to Baker on Friday. So the GOL opener for the LHS football team. It's a huge game. You got arguably the best athlete in the whole state, definitely at his grade level, in Rashawn Jones playing for Baker. I think he's like number 2 in max preps in Oregon. He's just a phenomenal talent. He won the 110 and the 400 meter hurdles as a freshman in 4A. He's really good, and there's a lot of people already looking at him. And it'd be a really good game if you're a Tiger fan to go over there and watch in Baker. I mean, give these guys some support. They're going to need it. LeGrand volleyball's at home tonight. The varsity starts at 6. They're playing Baker. And I think that's their GOL opener for LeGrand volleyball as well. And then I'll talk to you more about the EOU sports that are home this weekend on Thursday.
All right.
Sports segment brought to you by Northwest Furniture and Mattress. Big red rocking chair on Elm, off Adams in LeGrand.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Exciting.
Yeah. All righty. Well, hey, let's look outside. It's a little drizzly, rainy.
Diddly dummy.
Yeah. And let's see if I can find here's the forecast for today. High is 63. Is that right?
Yeah.
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 So it's supposed to be rainy. And then it looks like it's maybe a little less rain. But tomorrow, rain. Yeah. So maybe
it's
a little
not going
less
to get above
Thursday,
63 this week.
Yeah.
Looks like.
It's just going to be, that's kind of how it's going to be.
Rainy.
Yeah. For the rest of this week.
All right, I found those football pictures, BC. I did upload them, so let me pop them. Go back to it. Yeah, there we go. So this is from Saturday. This is Josh Mendoza after his interception. He had an interception on Saturday, and then this is Blaine Shaw from LeGrand, right there. He starts at the Sam position, a linebacker, and that's him making a tackle on Saturday. So yeah, cool.
Yeah. Well, good stuff, man. So. So what else is going on? Do you have any idea?
We don't have a guest today. I don't have anything,
Yeah. What were you and I? We were kind of blabbing before the show
about the USBs.
Yeah, about computer stuff. Oh yeah, we were talking about the new iPhone. The new iPhone 15 is coming out. What's funny about that is that I'm the only one in my family that doesn't have an iPhone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so
even Tanya
has an iPhone.
Really?
Yeah. Tanya did not want to go to the smartphone. She was dragging her feet and kicking and screaming. There's the term I'm looking for. And so I started her on an iPhone because I knew that I thought it would be a little bit easier for her. So everybody else. And so then I get Brady for a long time. He was an Android user. He's kind of cross-platform. He can do either, but Michaela is fully in the iPhone Apple camp,
I'll tell you why I use Android, because I have a PC.
Yeah.
And I do too much stuff that mixes my phone with the
Yeah.
computer to have to deal with trying to use Android with or vice versa, iPhone with a PC, because there's just so, you know what I mean? They've made it so hard to cross them.
Yeah, I think I don't like the iPhone culture. I mean, that's part
The
of
people?
no, not necessarily the people, but the
snotty?
the manufacturers. I mean,
I
I
don't know.
no, well, I mean, but it kind of follows that's kind of the culture that, the people that are all in for that. And I don't care if somebody uses an iPhone. What I care about, and this is the same kind of, this is across the board with me politically too. It's like, I don't care what you believe.
Yeah.
Just don't get on me for what I believe.
I agree.
And so it's like, so it's the same thing. I don't care if you use an iPhone. Just don't crap on me because because I'm not you, and and iPhone, Apple, just generally, one of the reasons that their systems have been easy to use, and nobody can deny that, their products have been super successful because they're intuitive.
They're cutting edge.
Sure. Steve Jobs was in a place in Africa somewhere where he had, where there was, and it was at a village that had never had no technology whatsoever, and he hands an iPad to a kid, and the kid immediately knew, after he saw Jobs go from one photo to another and to zoom in, he immediately knew how to do that, and so that's been.
Did Apple start that on phones? Like all of this? Like if you zoom on your picture, all that?
All of that. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
And so, so their products are, but to be intuitive, they've been very closed. So in other words, you can't, they're better now, but initially it was like, unless Apple made the app, you couldn't put it on their computer,
Right. Yeah.
And so it's a very closed
system. Which is why I never messed with it.
Right. Or if you couldn't even plug in a non-Apple device into a computer. But over the years they've been forced to kind of broaden their realm. And part of that is, I listened to Steve Jobs's biography somewhere along the line, and he was just not a nice person. He was just awful. So
I think you have to be a little bit awful to be that successful.
Yeah. Well, and you kind of see that trend. You see that trend everywhere, So
I also don't. So part of my thing is too, like, I don't have a PlayStation. I have an Xbox.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like, it's just Microsoft has been the operating system that I grew up on. Like, we never had an Apple. I've never owned anything Apple before. Never had a tablet. My tablets have all been Galaxies. I just know.
Well, we have several iPads here in the office that we use for stuff and so on and so forth. But that's kind of been my experience, is to use either Galaxy, Samsung, or Android, the Android platform, and the Android platform easily plays with PCs a lot.
Way easier than an
Apple. Just try getting a photo that you took on an iPhone somewhere else.
I know.
It's and we have that all the time. We'll have people, not all the time, but people will bring in their devices and say, hey, can you download all of this content? Some way we can get access to it. And it's just way more complicated.
You know what annoys me though about Android to iPhone? In a text conversation, people with iPhones can like your comment and you can't like theirs.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You know how you get that text message that says so-and-so liked
it. Right. Yeah.
You can't like theirs. You can't like theirs with an Android.
Well, and it's funny. There's a meme going around of a comedian who's black and he's an Android user. And he says, I get more racism towards me because I'm an Android user than that I'm black. You know, I mean, it was just, yeah, of course, he's a comedian and he's making a joke of it and stuff, but it's kind of but no, what I was going to say was, but over the years, Windows has become just as, I mean, you know, you see that happening all the time now. It's like I mean, I don't know how many Windows computers we have in the office here, but, you know, there's a constant push to adopt Edge as the browser.
Oh, it's so annoying.
Or there's a constant.
It used to be Bing.
Yeah.
Remember? It used to be Bing. And then you're 100% right. That is the thing I don't like about Windows.
Right. But I mean, that is kind of but that's a corporate thing more. I mean, the point is that iPhone does that. Apple has been doing that kind of a thing for years and years. And Windows is, I mean,
they just shove Windows 11 down your throat constantly.
Yeah, we constantly have to.
I haven't put it on here.
Yeah.
On my.
I'm
afraid of it.
I think it's on one of our computers accidentally here in the office, but and it's not. It's just different. I mean,
TJ.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
I you know, adoptions when people move. You know, I mean, it's so crazy where, you know, Windows did this whole big thing. This is probably I mean, they did when they started the start menu, they did this whole big promotional thing of like, yeah, you click on the start and it takes you to all of your stuff. And, you know, and then a few years later, it's like, yeah, we're going to take the start thing away. I mean,
it's still there, isn't it?
I don't know. Well, I mean,
yeah, the start menu is still there.
Right. But it used to be there was a box there and stuff. I mean,
there is. It's just a smaller box.
Yeah. Anyhow,
I actually like the start menu.
I know I do too. But what drives me crazy is that companies will do this. They'll promote, oh, this is the next coolest, biggest thing, like Bing.
Oh, I hate
that's the coolest thing ever, you know, and then they'll shove it down your throat. And then 2 years later, it's like, yeah, we decided it wasn't the coolest thing ever. So.
Right. TJ, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let me look at the news and see if there's anything interesting in here.
Yeah. I was thinking, did you follow that truck accident that happened?
I just saw that there was 19 vehicles involved. 3 of them completely burned up. 1 person seriously injured.
Yeah.
That's it. I know that I was talking to a couple of the players from the Rocky Mountain College soccer team.
Yeah.
And they come that way, and they traveled on Thursday, which was when it happened.
Yeah.
And I guess they sat up there for like 4 hours.
Was it was on the West Bay lanes, right?
Yeah, but it closed both.
Right.
But it must have been pretty close to Pendleton because we didn't even respond.
No, but I went, you know, I mean, Tanya and I went through there on Friday because we did the Pendleton game, you know. And I mean, we could not find, I mean, we looked and looked all through that because I think it was right at the top of Cabbage Hill.
They had the freeway closed for like 8 hours.
I know.
They go in and get everything out.
I know. I mean, I mean, there were a couple of places where there was fresh pavement. And I think that might have been where, because if you have a truck that burns in the middle of the road, which I think they had 2 or 3 of them that just like burn clear to the ground, then it damages the pavement and they've got to go in and, but I mean, but there was no debris. There was no, I don't know, whatever they did. It was really
TJ
well
says
up.
that wrecking on top of Cabbage canceled his nightly load to Portland.
Wow.
Pray no one was hurt seriously. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it canceled a lot of people's plans. I mean, especially happening on a Thursday and then the freeway being closed as long as it was.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure it affected a lot of local sports, obviously. I mean,
so we had a friend that was coming eastbound. It was coming this direction. And so they got off at Wild Horse and then came over Tollgate.
Yeah.
And he said up on top of Tollgate, it was just bumper to bumper, and it was real hazy up there too. So somehow the haze or it
was fog that caused it.
Yeah.
The fog caused the wreck for sure.
Yeah. Well, You want to get us out of here?
Sure. We'll
Yeah.
have a short show today.
Yeah.
Let's do it. On this day, September 26th, 1789, Edmund Randolph becomes the first U.S. Attorney General. On this day in 1782, the first Shriners Temple called Mecca was established in New York City.
Huh.
I just thought that was interesting because we do a lot with
Yeah.
the Shriners. 1982, so we'll jump ahead 110 years and go to 1982. Knight Rider, starring David Hasselhoff, debuted on NBC. I used to love that show when I was a kid. Love it. I mean, probably my favorite. That, G.I. Joe, and then there was the show called Tour of Duty that came out in like the late 80s. And it was like a action drama about Vietnam. And my grandfather was in Vietnam and Korea. And my grandpa said it was the closest show he'd ever seen to what it was really like in Vietnam.
Really?
And so him and I used to watch it. And it was called Tour of Duty. It was a phenomenal show. 1986, Run DMC is the first rap group to hit the top 10 with Raising Hell. Jump ahead to 2017, the video game Fortnite is released, eventually becoming one of the most popular video games ever. And people still play it. I mean, it's one of those games it's like Minecraft. It's going to be here.
I've never played it. Have you played it?
I have. Yeah, of course. I mean, I got kids,
Yeah.
I've played it. I'm not good at it.
Yeah.
I used to love playing video games. I still play video games every once in a while. I love playing golf.
Yeah.
I was playing a hunting game yesterday. I have a fishing game. You know what I mean? Just simple games like that. I can't play them shooter games because I'm too slow. Like the kids, their reaction time's way too fast, and I just get pissed. You know what I mean? Because I'm sitting there getting beat by like a little 9-year-old kid, and
yeah,
I'm done.
Well, and Fortnite it's a little bit more cartoony, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's a shooter. It's a first-person shooter.
Yeah.
2022, NASA's DART mission successfully crashes into the Dimorphos asteroid in the first planetary defense test.
And now did you hear about the asteroid that they just came back with something? We'll finish your thing and we'll talk about that. So
the number one movie in America on this day in 2003, The Rundown. And then the quote for the day, it's by Larry Bird. I've got a theory that if you give 100% all the time, somehow things will work out in the end. I've got a theory that if you give 100% all the time, somehow things will work out in the end.
Yeah. Yeah, so just recently, and I wonder if it's that asteroid that they crashed into.
No, the asteroid you're talking about has a chance at hitting Earth still. This was their
just
first
to see
test.
if they could hit something.
This was the first test by the space.
Yeah, so
defense.
they just this last week or end of last week, they got a asteroid sample that was brought back to Earth. 9 ounces of this asteroid.
Is it the one that's supposed to possibly hit us in like 2029 or whatever?
Possibly. I don't know. But interesting concept. I don't know how they, a tremendous feat to send some kind of a thing out, hit an asteroid, it picks up a sample and it sends that sample back to Earth. And I guess it's going on now. It's, I'm not sure how they did that. An amazing thing though. So.
TJ wants to know about Brickyard. I don't. TJ, call them. I know I talked with the mayor yesterday, Caleb Sampson.
Yeah.
And he's in a league, but it's already started because he was heading to the league. So I don't know. I have no clue if when they start or they do leagues though for sure.
Yep, they do.
Yep.
It's one of their bread and butters.
Well, I mean, a bowling alley pretty much has to be a league, otherwise they wouldn't. But so the thing for me though is all the leagues that they've done so far, I think, are really long. So I didn't join it. I mean, I'd love to bowl. I'd do a bowling league, but not 30 weeks.
Wow,
that's how long the leagues are. 30 weeks.
So it's like every week.
That's more
for 30
than half
weeks.
the year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
All righty. Well, thanks, Eastern Oregon.
See you on Thursday.
Yeah, Marianne Meisner will be right here with us on Thursday talking about the Harvest Festival that's coming up. We'll see you soon.